In this video, we are going to be talking about this big winter storm that will be heading in the south and the others that will follow. And right now, we have a big system that is now moving through the Midwest. And it is bringing blizzard conditions to southern Canada and some parts of the Midwest. And these systems are going to combine not to make the southern system, but to make a system that was going to come into the northeast and make a combo storm where this system is bringing a lot of rain and thunderstorms, and somewhere in this moisture stream there is a low pressure that will form off the coast and then jet across the south when another system that will be coming down will form this system. But let's get into it. So what we have right now is a giant trough digging across the Midwest. Yeah, across the Midwest. These isobars, those little gray lines right here, are really close together. That means the wind or the pressure gradient is high, which means very high winds on the backside, which is causing the blizzard conditions, which is caused by a ground blizzard. There is little to no snow, but snow is getting blown around, which is the ground. This is a ground blizzard, so yeah. And there's also this system right here, that weaker system. This is eventually going to trek into the northeast and eventually spin out off the coast, but it will bring some heavy snowfall. Let's go out in time. And again, this system lifts a bit farther north, while this system keeps strengthening, and it will go off the coast and then curve up the east coast. Although this will not be that strong. This is a precursor to the big storms that will be coming through the south. And if we go out in time here, this system is really messy. And there seems to be on this run two systems that form. One in the south that sticks around in a while, and one that jets away. This one jets away, while this one stays around for a while, brings some rain and snow, but it will strengthen off the east coast and bring some winds and some heavy snow before that system moves out. But it will be there could be some 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts in there. 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts in through this area right here. And through this area right here. And winter storm warnings will be probably very prominent from South Carolina all the way to Maine and southeast and into southeast Canada. But let's keep going. That system moves out, and this Arctic air has another chance to spill in, which will cause our next storm to bring snow down to the Gulf Coast in the deep south, which is this system right here. These two high pressure systems, let's say high, these are bringing very cold air behind the front that was in this system. Some very Arctic air is now spilled into the deep south, and mixed with this system is going to trek south. And here we go. This system brings snow all the way down to New Orleans. sleet into coastal parts of Louisiana. And it keeps going from there. Now, we're a bit far out in time, but we're predicting that northern Florida could see some snow. But the track is always shifting for the snow. Sometimes it's up here, sometimes it's down there. It's still pretty unpredictable as it's about 4 to 5 days out. But one thing is for sure, there will be a possibility of freezing rain and a mix of snow and ice, but that Arctic air behind it could be what spoils our victory with this system. And again, some freezing rain could be on the backside because of this Arctic air that plunges down to the south and brings this front into the Caribbean, which will be pretty chilly down there. And as this system moves out, it'll bring some more snowfall to the eastern seaboard. But that system moves out, we can go out a little bit farther, and that cold and chilly air still sticks around for a while before it starts to shift back to the west, and before it starts to shift back north again. But that northerly floor will still be persistent, will make this Arctic air sit right there in that specific region. And well, there will be a small system that might try to form off the coast and might skirt off the east coast, bringing some rain showers and snow showers, but nothing big. And they will be warmer. Florida will be warmer soon. And this system moves out, bringing some wind and rain and snow to the northeast. Some more light lake effect snow and lake enhanced snow that comes on after that system. And then you see this big digging trough with this high pressure, this warm high. Again, the southeast is going to be warmer over the next about 7 to 8 days. It's going to be a bit warmer and warmer than average that we'll see later in the video. But this big giant trough starts digging down with this Arctic air again coming down. But as we go out in time, this system starts to organize. And it's kind of uncertain, but there could be another system that tries to not dip to the south too far, but it could be like Blair. It could be like the Blizzard Blair, trekking through the Midwest and Northeast, bringing insane amount of snowfall. I'm not saying this will be that, but it's pretty far out in time. But again, the high pressure will keep things warm in the southeast. And eventually, this system slowly starts to move into the central part of the U.S., which is going to be a problem because moisture will be lifting north because of this high pressure system sitting at the southeast. And on this model, it's pretty far out though. It will be a giant system that will bring a lot of warm, humid air north, and record warmth could surge north. As you could see, rain in Michigan and the Northeast, but this does happen from year to year. But this Arctic air will start to be confined to Canada, as this warm high pressure keeps things warm. And that system moves out, bringing this lasting cold front. Bringing this lasting cold front that goes across the United States. That might bring some severe weather. This might be a severe weather outbreak, but it's just too far out to tell. And there could be another Arctic plunge as we get into the end of January and my anniversary of my channel, that is. On my anniversary, this is the last frame we're going to do because it's really far out, February 1st, my anniversary of my channel. Again, this Arctic air is still in place in the East Coast. But again, another system going to do something. We just don't know yet. It's way too far out in time. It's almost, I'm pretty sure almost like 15 to 17 days out. We do not know. You'll have to see when we get to my anniversary. And speaking of anniversary, we're going to be doing a preliminary forecast for the hurricane season of 2025. It's my first one. I'm doing it for the first birthday of my channel. It's gonna be really exciting, and I'm gonna premiere it on February 1st, 2025, 3 p.m. Eastern time, that is. And don't miss it, because it'll be a one-time thing. And so, let's look at the vorticity. And as you see, the system is going to bring big impacts to the northeast with heavy snow and some wind. And it will be occurring about Sunday night, early Monday morning into the afternoon, and then eventually clearing by the evening. But there could be some lake effect snow on the backside for Tuesday, very early in the morning. But this trough continues to bring blizzard conditions. Continues to bring blizzard conditions to the Midwest. And this system right here is going to surge up the northeast. And you see, it's kind of a little sloppy because it splits into two systems. This one will be carried out to sea, while this one is the one that's going to bring all the snow. As you can see, this one leaves, while this piece of energy stays behind. And then this system gets really strong and really gets going off those above average waters off the East Coast. And it will bring some sort of impact. And I want to do something at the end of this video, but I really think we're not going to have time. But if we get through it fast enough, we can do it. And that system leaves before this system is a bit uncertain on what happens. But it leaves after doing whatever it does at this time. And this trough then digs down right through here. And it forms another East Coast storm that we do not know what we'll do. But all we know is it's probably going to shift up the East Coast again. And then this thing right here, you can kind of see it off the outline. It's kind of like this. You see this stream of moisture. You see this right here. And that's the trough right here. And that's going to try to dip south before turning back to the north. And before leaving. And yeah, this system will bring maybe some severe weather outbreak. And it will move out eventually, bringing some snow to the northeast, some wind to the northeast. But there will be this big line. We'll be watching for severe weather along that line. And as we get closer to my anniversary for my channel, I get this other system that will try to do something. And it looks pretty potent. And let's keep going, yeah? And again, those blizzard warnings through here. And we do have some winter storm watches that issued through here. Mostly because of this system that will be trekking through. That will bring some heavy snowfall. These will probably expand a little bit inland, but not a lot. They also will expand southward, probably. And probably in North Carolina. But it still could extend into South Carolina. And some parts of coastal Maine will probably be under winter storm warning. Or in the coastal areas, like Maryland, could be under a blizzard watch or warning as if it gets strong enough. And I'm not saying a blizzard is going to happen, but I think it's called Dora might happen here. Dora might happen here. But this winter storm, this system is going to cause a few problems. Mostly in the snowfall and wind issues. There's a ground blizzard again. But this system is not going to cause any problems here, but it will bring some wind chills and some high winds. Hence the high wind advisory and high wind warnings. Because 50 to 70 mile per hour winds are on the backside of this, and those wind chills could be dropping. That's why we have that winter storm warning, because of this. That's blowing some wind on the backside. And then all along the Rocky Mountains, it's just winter weather advisories because of this system that's bringing some sort of wind, which will bring some snow squalls because of the orographic lift. But that's mostly it. And let's look at the temperatures. Those below average temperatures are partly because of the systems that will be coming through this area. And through here is because of the cold air from this system. And from the systems that will be coming down here and bringing big, giant fronts that will be entering the East Coast. And the jet stream will be somewhat like that, bringing something down here. But average temperatures are most likely. But let's go on to the long range outlook, and we still have most of the U.S. under below average, but a warm up is likely as this high pressure settles in. But these fronts will still sweep by, but it wasn't as intense as a few weeks ago, where we had majority of the U.S. under 90% below normal, so extreme temperatures as low as -30 up in this area in the Dakotas. And let's look at the precipitation. And I think the National Weather Service has agreed that these systems will probably take shape, including the southern system, which is looking a bit more likely for them. And this is just because of the winter storm. But let's look on the 8 to 14. And we have a lot of precip in the southeast. And mostly a lot of precip overall. This will be because of again, the fronts that will be coming in, and the Pacific moisture that'll be dropping, and somewhat because of that new trough that might pop up and move over here. And yeah, it's basically forecasting that more systems will be trekking through this area, or eventually they'll be starting to trek through this area soon enough, unless the forecast change, which is totally possible. And let's stop talking about that. Talk about subscribing. You subscribe, that's cool. We're really getting... We really need 20 subscribers, and I really want to do it before our anniversary comes, because I want to. Okay? So, if you guys could get me to 20 subscribers before my anniversary, I would appreciate that so much. Tell your friends and family, whoever you can, to subscribe to me. Remember, I do this for safety, not for the views, not for the fear mongering, but again, please hit this button right here. Please hit it. Hit it. And I'd like to go back all the way to my first ever video. Right here. February 1st was when I made my channel. And we've come a long way from the graphics of my videos upgrading. You can see that eventually I got better and better at making thumbnails. You can see the difference from this all the way to this and this. You can see the big difference between them. And I just like to thank you for all the support. And even one of my recent videos, I think it was something. I think it was, I can't remember right now, but I can show you. And most of you are subscribed, but 40% of you don't subscribe to me, which is kind of weird, since, most of you that watch my videos are my family. So I'm kind of are you guys actually paying attention to my videos? But I'm sure you're paying attention. But see, literally all of you are from the United States, obviously. But you see, there has been an increase in subscribers ever since I uploaded, literally. So I dropped one, and I got one, and I dropped one, got two of them, got one of them, got more of them, and I got a lot of them in the last 28 days. But that's really all I wanted to talk about with you guys. And I'm just really happy that I am lucky to be here. And I just want to start something about the leaderboard. But I'd like to start something called the leaderboard for my videos, based on how much my videos how much views my videos have, and y'all have been crushing it. Trust me, y'all have been crushing it. look at my recent videos. Look at my recent videos. This whole period, y'all have already gotten me to 20 views out of just this video. Just this one. Just this one. And it's even more than this one's old video from March 2024. The undefeated champion of my channel has now been defeated, as this period, or the last 10 days, I think, it has been beaten multiple times and been caught in second place. And most of my other videos are actually doing very well, and they have been very recent, like this one, and this one, which is kind of amazing. And I love the heck out of it. And I'd really like to thank you guys before I sign off, because we're running out of time, and I have got to go, sadly. But trust me, it will be premiering on my anniversary. Thank you. And remember, this is JFB Forecast logging off. And remember, sorry, I just lost my words there. Don't be scared, just be prepared. Alright, peace.